Hello, my Teaserking family. How is everybody today? I am good. As you can see, I got my hair cut. Taught a few people at the haircut place. Always being the professor. We were talking about the surprise you get when I tell you the price changes, right? All right, so you're in luck today. I was watching my favorite movie, Attack on Wall Street, and this time I took some video of it. And it's a combination investment, Madoff, and Stoic. And I'll explain as I show it. Let me give it a minute or two. Gold today, paper gold, is sitting at 21.78 even. It was all the way up to 21.85. I'm not sure how it goes down if comex isn't doing derivatives. So I got a feeling there's still a little bit of comex going on. Not as much as there was. But the range is between 21.77 and 21.85, which happened around noon. The 10 o'clock drop went from 21.84 to 21.78 and immediately jumped back to 21.85. So we're still getting a little 10 o'clock play from London. I thought they're on Bitcoin, so maybe it takes a minute to get off of it. So still 21.78. Real quickly in football, and then we'll get to some economics. Football, we have Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh, which I thought was a great move for nothing. Saquon Barkley just said he is he's going to the Eagles. And I thought the Eagles got rid of their guy from the Lions. Barkley agreed to a deal with the Eagles on Monday. It's a 3-year, $37 million. I like how with incentives it's 46. I mean, they're just paying these guys way too much. Kirk Cousins, 4-year deal with Atlanta. Well, don't know about that. I mean, he's not very good. Russell Wilson goes to Pittsburgh. Josh Jacobs of Oakland, the running back, goes to Green Bay. Kind of surprised there. I don't know who Kristen Wilkins agrees to 4-year, $110 million deal to join the Raiders. Don't they already have? Look like he's a defensive end. Yeah. Strange move. Defensive tackle. Why would you pay a defensive tackle? They're not worth anything. Defensive tackles are a dime a dozen. Buffalo loses Gabe Davis to the Jaguars. But the Bills had to cut multiple players to get under the cap. The first loss was Gabe Davis. Went to Jacksonville. Oh, yeah, but Jacksonville still doesn't have a quarterback. And Russell Wilson went to Pittsburgh. I think that's the biggest joke in the world. Pittsburgh gets a steal. They get Russell Wilson. They'll give up anybody. It only costs them $1 million. And you get rid of Trubisky and Pickett. I mean, it's win-win-win. I'm still wondering what's wrong. Russell Wilson's stats weren't bad last year. So that's a very confusing. So he didn't want to renew his contract, so they let him go, and they're going to pay $84 million to Pittsburgh for the 2 years. I don't understand. Why didn't they just cut him or just play him a third string and I can't have him, you can't have him? I don't really get that. So nothing major. Does that make Pitt better? Well, I don't know. Do they have a good offensive coordinator, Pitt? I think it does. I think it makes them a lot better. I think it's going to be, I mean, what a division. You got Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, Pittsburgh now with Russell Wilson, Cleveland with Thompson Robinson, and coming in last, Baltimore with Lamar. Lamar, what a joke. That'll be a very tough division. Cleveland showed they could beat Baltimore. Cincinnati showed they could beat Baltimore, and Pittsburgh beats Baltimore all the time. So if Baltimore gets the harder schedule, they're not going to win their division. We will see. I look at free agency. First of all, these players are getting paid way, way too much. You have a $235 million, cap, of which your quarterback takes up 40 to 50 million of it. And then you're signing your wide receivers for way too much money. The guards and tackles are way too much money. And look at the Kansas City guy. Now he's worth it. Neil Smith or whatever his name was. Okay, he's probably worth it, but the rest of them aren't. That's all I hear on the Lions, that they should go after this one defensive end. I never heard of him. I don't even know what team he plays in. And I know everybody. Eagles defensive end Bryce Huff reportedly agreed to a 3-year, $51 million. Never heard of him. Did go to Georgia. Kirk Cousins goes to Atlanta. The problem I have with that is Atlanta had a pretty good draft pick. They could have easily probably had Penix or Hardman or Bo Nix, who's 10 times better than Cousins. So real big mistake, and this is why Atlanta always sucks. Cousins, still a choke. Barkley let the Detroit running back go, which I thought was kind of weird. He looked pretty good. Deshaun Barkley, I don't know. What does that do? Hurts runs all the time, so not sure I get that. And these defensive players. Kirk Cousins, Jesus Christ. Josh Jacobs goes to the Packers. That'll help him. I don't know how good Josh Jacobs is. There's these Alabama guys who cry all the time. I don't know. You have that one guy, Adam Jones. So I'm not sure what you needed this guy for. I guess they have Josh Love's cheap. The receivers are cheap. Josh Love's really not that cheap. He's already on his 4th year, 5th year. He sat 2, 3. This is his 4th year. His rookie contract is over next year or something. So I don't know. It's probably a 1-year thing. All right, we'll get more into that as we go. This guy's pretty good. This London Paul guy. The decline of the U.S. military power and fissures developing in NATO. So basically, what he says is it's all over for the U.S., but it's hard for people to understand it. It's like, let's say you've had this, mother take care of you your whole life, and you turn 24, and now you got to go out on your own. Nobody wants to do that. The U.S. is sort of taking care of everything, but our money's done. We have no military. We got an idiot running the president, all of his cronies who are all a bunch of communists, Mayorkas and this whatever these guys. They're all criminals. Was it Lloyd? Somebody? He's fucking. He had cancer surgery. He didn't tell anybody. He's the Secretary of Defense. He doesn't tell anybody, by the way. Hey, Greg and John. A lot of RR. What's that? What's RR? Railroad? So the country's basically gone, but people don't want to admit to it. So, what do? And we react. We sit there and go, let's get in the gold and silver as quick as we can. We don't sit there and we look at reality, not anything else. Hey, Nick. No, not really. I couldn't name one team in it. I know Michigan sucked this year, and I hear the Pistons have won like 5 games. They're like 5-50 or something like that. But hard to, I'm so into football that when it ends, I got, especially now we got gold and the economy to worry about. I'm not really following basketball, but good luck for you. Football is crazy today. Yeah, I said all that. Yeah. You're running behind. Very good, John. I just went through it all. So how does Russell Wilson to Pittsburgh? I think that's a steal. I think that makes them a very, very strong playoff team. I don't know. I don't understand what's wrong with Russell Wilson. He looked fine last year. The fact they didn't want him to, they wanted him to renegotiate. I don't blame the guy. And so what do you get out of it? You're still going to pay him $85 million. And he's going to play for Pittsburgh. So I'm not sure what Denver's doing. Kirk Cousins to Atlanta. This is how stupid Atlanta is. You're paying Kirk Cousins, and you got what, the third or fourth? No, they're probably a little bit deeper in the draft. I think they won 6 or 7 games, but you still probably could get maybe Hartman. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the order. I mean, if they're under 10, they could probably get Bo Nix or Hartman. Somebody will be stupid and take Drake May. It'll be like Carolina taking Steve Young. It's the same bullshit. It's the Bears taking Trubisky. It's Pittsburgh taking Pickett. It's the same thing. You got a loser at quarterback taking this guy, Drake May. Where the hell are you? Where do they come up with this shit? And then you watch like a Bo Nix, or last year we watched Hooker go, and we watched Hayner and Stenson Benson go in the 4th round. And the guys that should have went in the 4th round went in the 1st round. Young and Richardson, he He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know he's supposed to slide or he's got guaranteed money, and he just says, oh, it's a vacation. Not a good quarterback. And then, again, this C.J. Stroud is not going to be real. I'm curious to see where Fields ends up. And then Washington won't get anything for Thurston Howell. That'll never happen. Now the question is, who's Minnesota got as quarterback? And then Cincinnati, with a pretty low draft, I mean, for them, they're probably in the mid-teens. Look out for them. Man, if they can get Brock Bowers to go with Chase, woo, they'll get a national championship. So we will see. Yeah, but I guess it's really not official till Wednesday. So we will see about that. What else? Draft's not till next month. We'll start seeing that. Anyway, so London Paul's a pretty clever guy. I like him. The decline of the U.S. military power and fissures develop in NATO. So NATO is supposed to be to defend Europe, is divided. The U.S. runs it. So you have to go and buy the guns from the U.S. military or, defense contractors. That's the whole thing about NATO. It's about money. It's about, if you want military in your Norway, you got to buy from Northrop, whatever. Can't even think of these stupid things. So this guy's pretty good. I'm not going to play him right now. I don't have it marked, but he's really good. Little stoic for everybody. This is a really good one. How to deal with people. 9 stoic tips for solving problems. I very much enjoyed that one. 24 minutes. I'm not going to get into it right now, maybe later, but very good. And basically, it's be strong. It's the same thing. It's a be strong, So like I was having lunch at a Coney Island after my haircut. There's a Coney Island next door. And normally I don't eat lunch at noon. I'm swimming, and then I eat lunch when I get home. And I said, what the hell? And I had a hot dog and a chili. And I left my coat at the haircut place, and it's like I left it at the library. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in a sweatshirt under my coat, and it's got up to 50 degrees. So when you get out to the car, you're not cold, and so you don't really understand that you had a coat. And the gal put it behind us, so I get up. I'm not looking there. The coat should be right, when I get up to leave, I should run into it. So fortunately, I was at the Coney, and then somehow I remembered about my coat. And I went back to the haircut place right next door, and I got my coat. But that's twice now. I never lose my coat now. It's twice in a row. So losing my mind, I think. Anyway, so I'm at the Coney, and a couple and a guy sit down in the next table. And the guy is vampiring to God knows. He makes Greg and John look like a nothing. This guy vampired for 20 minutes. I felt bad for the couple listening to the vampire. And I'm just rolling my eyes going, Jesus Christ. But at least now we understand he's a vampire. He's talking about nothing. Whatever can come out of this guy's mouth, nothing important. It was pathetic. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like, there's a vampire for you. So you're not alone, Greg and John. Everybody's bitching about the State of the Union, how Biden was so yelling and mean, and this isn't what a leader's supposed to do. I don't know how he's really still alive. This just doesn't make sense. But anyway, so the 9 Stoic tips for solving problems. Stoic tells you how to beat the vampire. So the vampire's talking, and you really are just kind of ignoring him. You're kind of going, whatever. And like I said, I was talking to the lifeguard about gold last week, and this guy tries to interrupt, and he says, well, stop talking to the girl. And instead of turning to him and saying, you know what, why are you interfering, or even reacting to him, I didn't even look at him. I just kept talking to the girl. He keeps talking to me. I'm not responding. I just stoiced him. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're talking to me, and stop talking to me. And I said it all without saying a word. I just simply kept talking to the girl, and he shut up. See, a bully can't win if you don't respond to them, which is what we have to do. So that's kind of how you deal with people like that. Why are you interfering with my conversation? I've had that happen before, where I'm talking to somebody and somebody jumps into the conversation and puts their 2 cents in. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? And why are you bothering me in my conversation? This has nothing to do with you. Shut the fuck up. I mean, it's just insane. Anyway, so I'm giving Bobby a minute or two, but I haven't seen him in a week. So I am going to go past Bobby, and I'm going to get to Attack on Wall Street guy. I know I bring this movie up a lot, and I've broken this into a 3-minute conversation on the introductory and an 8-minute conversation at the end. And what happens when you're not stoic and you lie and cheat? You get what you get. So let's go with okay, I know that. All right, so this is Attack on Wall Street. This is the guy who gets burned, and this is the guy who burned him. It's not a Madoff. Well, it's worse than a Madoff. At least in Madoff, he didn't lose all his money. All right.
Hey, Jim. What's going on? Hey, Jim. What's going on? Sorry to tell you this, but your notes will be missed. What's that? There's an investigation going on right now. What? Investigation. It looks like a significant portion of your fund is buried in a paper that is a little suspect. You don't know. I don't know what else right now. You're my broker. It's what you do. It's what you get paid for. But you put my money where it's suspicious. Tim, I told you on the first hand. I only invested in deals that seems the firm itself is behind all this. But I can't really tell you anything else. This thing is a legal scandal. How is this possible? We'll just have to wait until the investigation is through with it. I mean, it seems that your investment was good and as it should be, but then everything lost its value. The question is, did the firm have knowledge that your original investment was bad? You just said you're only dealing great deals. I do. I'm the player here. They're not the whole game. Do I look happy to you? You're not the only one hurting because of this. Your investment, my investment, the investments of a lot of unfortunate people. You told me, you promised me that they 8 to 10% of my investment guaranteed. That is what my firm told me. I searched it out. I did my research. My office manager told me to put my clients into this. What else did you put money into? These look like great buildings. I checked the specs, I did the research. They look like they would be full capacity. Okay, but now they're sitting. Did you inspect these properties? The people that do all the research told me that this was the real deal. What do we do now? We get some information regarding the investigation, and what I'm telling you is it's going to take a while.
Notice how he's looking out the window.
There's going to be some large losses. It's not how investment works. You've got to pay to play.
Yeah, but you're playing for a fair game, not to cheat.
I lost a lot of money too. But that's how investment works. Sorry. It gives and it takes away.
All right, so let's break this down. Okay, so he goes to the guy to this is his broker. He's got 60 grand with him. He doesn't even know the broker's job. That's your job, to research the things. He said, well, my office manager told me to put my clients in it. So the broker didn't do anything. He doesn't get that the broker's job is to get commission by selling these real estate trusts. That's the broker's job. It's not to inspect the buildings. It's not that. Then he says, and I'm sorry for the volume, maybe I'll retape it, but he says, you promised me 8 to 10% with no risk. And the guy's like, well, yeah, that's how it should have been. You got to pay to play, and in investments, you lose sometimes. And then he looks out the window. He won't look him in the eye because he's lying. So we're getting all these stoic things and investment things all put together, stoic and the lying. So this poor guy loses 60 grand. And the guy says, you got to pay to play. This is investing. Well, he cheated on him, and it's not investing. And this is why I tell you to go into gold, because this is what you get from a stockbroker. All he cares about is his commission, doesn't care about you. Never warned him it could go down. We got to get you out. And, you know, it's been delisted. Well, it's been delisted because people aren't paying their loans, which is what I said. So they own these properties, they're not paying. So the firm's going to be out the money. So the firm closes delists the real estate trust, and they sold it. But this guy's out the 60 grand because they cheated him. So this is not the way investing is. If I invest in a stock and it's Coca-Cola and it's at $50 a share, okay, I won't lose it all. It ain't going to zero. It might go down to 40 because of what happens in the market, but I'm going to get dividends, and, you know, I'm assuming it's going to go up. Or if I buy Amazon or Apple, I'm assuming they're not going to go to zero. And yes, I can lose an investment, but if it's honest, I should know that. But that's why Wall Street's a whole Ponzi scheme. So the last place, if you got 60 grand, you don't know what you're doing, and you're relying on some scam stockbroker, and you wonder why you lose your money, he didn't understand the game he was playing, which gets back to my point. If you got 60 grand to play and you don't research and you get burnt, that's your fault. Wasn't he checking up? What's going? Can you let me know if something's going to happen? I firmly believe he could have got out of the position as he sees these people, the repos happening. Speaking of that, real quickly, what the fuck happened today? I thought all these banks were going to go under and the repo, this and that. I haven't seen anything on that. Now it's 3 o'clock, March 11th. March 11th is the day. Nothing. I got my Social Security check. Gold's even. We'll talk about gold in a minute, but well, real quick, Greg, again, Dallas Pollard went to the Giants, I think, or somebody, and so he's free, and so that makes sense. Jones would go to Dallas. They need a running back. Not sure why they didn't take Josh Jacobs, but I'd still rather get the kid from Oak State. He's the best. And the kid from Missouri is very, very good. So we'll see. Honestly, I'd rather draft somebody because the only thing you have with these free agents is the risk. You already know if they're good or bad. And the rookies who come out, you don't know if they're good or bad. But they're a lot cheaper. Anyway, so he doesn't know what the broker does. You're supposed to inspect the property. No, he's not. Nobody's inspecting anything. Well, I'm sure they're getting something on the property being listed as a, AAA or whatever. But doesn't understand the guy gets his commission off of you selling you. That's it. That's the bottom line. There is no, he's supposed to make sure that, he doesn't care about that. And you're the naive one thinking he's doing that. He doesn't do that. You're the one who should be inspecting the houses you put it in, not the guy. You're relying on the guy to be open and honest, not stoic. He's a salesman on Wall Street, so he's Madoff. What are you doing? Why are you listening to this guy? 8 to 10% with no risk. Only Bernie Madoff can offer 8 to 10% with no risk. And then the rest of his money's in real estate. And so the guy he loses 60 grand in real. I mean, it's like, why are you so stupid? See, he's trusting. He thinks the guy knows what he's talking about. He doesn't. So he gets screwed. And this is what I tell you. Now, if he comes to me when he starts this, he's got 60 grand. What do? Son, go to the gold and silver store and buy 60,000 worth of gold and silver. That's what you got to do. No risk in the portfolio, huge return, and just hold it. There is no delisting where they deleted his paper, whatever. So he loses 60 grand, and here it's got nothing to do with it. He's got the gold in his hand, and you can't lose. I mean, I'm shocked gold's not up today, or it's up a few dollars. I don't know what's really bringing it down, but I don't know if COMEX is completely out of it yet. I thought it's going to Bitcoin. It's just a matter of time. Anyway, so we can see the problem in America. Doesn't know what he's doing, is depending on somebody to tell him. Trust the guy who he obviously never met. He guaranteed him 8 to 10% to get the deal, to get his commission. The guy walks around with the commission, and you have bet 60 grand on a game that's already been played. No 8 to 10%. See, why do you think 8 to 10% and there's no risk? Guaranteed 8 to 10%. Why would you believe that? So he kind of gets what he deserves for trusting this guy. But now he attacks on Wall Street, and now the guy gets what he deserves. Very poetic justice here.
Hey, Robert. Jim Baxter. Jim Baxter. Hey, it's good to see you. Too. I hope you recovered from that little financial disaster of ours. Not quite, but I'm getting there. It was a tough time, man. We all took a loss. I mean, when I told my wife.
Part 2.
Jim Baxter. Jim Baxter. Hey, it's good to see you. Too. I hope you recovered from that little financial disaster of ours. Not quite, but I'm getting there. It was a tough time, man. We all took a loss. I mean, when I told my wife we could vacation in Barbados, she tore a strip off me the size of Long Island. What?
See, he wasn't stoic because our guy hasn't recovered, right? He lost his job, he's lost his money, lost his house. And here's the salesman rubbing it in, going, I couldn't go to Barbados. My wife got mad at me. Rubbing it in, and we wonder why he gets shot. See, you got to stay stoic. You can't sit there and, rub it into the guy who lost. And then this guy's got the nerve to say, I got some more investments for you. Who would be running back to this guy? Oh, you're going to fuck me over again? I'm not that stupid. All right.
My new business card. Somewhere here.
I want to make more money off of you, sucker.
That's an idea you might be interested in. I'll take you for lunch next week. Huh? Yeah. I gotta run. It was good to see you. Yeah, you too. Call me.
Good to call him. What's this guy, out of his mind? Now, my favorite part of the movie. This is a revenge game. He's ready to meet him for coffee. Here's coffee. That is our revenge game. And the funny part is, you're rooting for the guy. You're not rooting for the broker. You're actually glad the broker got it because he fucked the guy over. Cost him 60 grand, doesn't apologize, says, well, that's the game. It's just investing. And then wants to try to get him to sell some more. And then he rubs it in. Oh, we didn't go to Barbados and rubbed it in. I'm sure you recovered from losing 60 grand. I'm a salesman. I still have my job. You lost your 60 grand. He probably lost 10 grand, maybe, if at all. He probably got out. And he's got more investments for him. That's what I say to a guy who's scamming me, and then he wants to scam me for more. It doesn't work that way. So this is a lot of the movie, all these people scamming the average Joe, and this guy saying, no, you're going to get what you got coming, and takes it out on them. And you feel good that he's killing these people because you're sick and tired of watching people, the normal person, get scammed by these Wall Street Madoffs. And this is why I call it a Madoff scam. That's a Ponzi scheme. Madoff sitting there, oh, we'll have real estate trust and we'll sell them. And then, oh, they went bad. And there's a little bit further up, there's he meets the guy who runs the company and puts him in his place. And, he's, well, that's investing. They take a risk. They don't care when they win. It's not, they don't do anything. Yeah, but as long as it's, why are they coming to you for investment advice? Because they're morons and they don't know how to invest. They don't have a clue what to do. Therefore, they come to you and they pay you in the form of commissions or whatever you want to charge them. I feel you should be paid if you make them money, period. I mean, that's how I work. If I give you a bunch of losers, you don't buy from me. If I give you a bunch of winners and make you money, you come back for my picks. So I got to be good or I'm not going to get any customers. And I work either way. I work on percentage. I make a lot of money on percentage. I'll give you the game. If the game wins, give me 20%. And I get a lot of 20% because I get a lot of winners. And, shit, I don't know how to pause it. Just a second. Give me 1 second, please. Hi. Here, do you dryer mat, please? I'm teaching, so I want to be on the YouTube.
All right, I'll try to be quiet as possible. That's a change off real quick.
I don't know how to pause this, so I keep it running. Okay, they got to do my dryer, so not a problem. So you can see how everybody gets scammed because you don't know. This is why I teach you to understand and learn. So you should be able to make the stock pick or the investment. And I give you the investments. I give you investment A. I give you the gold and silver investments. Not necessarily a Canadian club. I give you the Van Gogh, where is he? Van Gogh. I got to work backwards. The Van Gogh pictures, those aren't real, but that you can get for an investment. And basically that's it. And a house is an investment, but I try to keep you out of Bitcoin because it's a Ponzi scheme, and out of the banks and out of the stock market because you're going to lose in those investments. So I'm trying to get you out of the bad investments that these idiots will put you in with commission, and I put you into what is a good investment for you. And I'm not saying, oh, you win some, you lose some, and it's an investment, you take a risk. Gold and silver, you're taking no risk. That's why I'm telling you that. You're not going to be getting Madoff, and nobody's going to be shooting me because I'm not going to lose you money. I'm going to make you money. And this is the way it works. You need to know, or find somebody like me who's going to be honest with you. You got 60 grand, gold and silver. I show you my gold and silver, right? I show you my gold and silver and say, look, this is what I'm in. 99% of my portfolio, gold and silver. The other 1%, my homes cards. You know how I've invested my money, so you should be able to invest your money similar, or at least ask me, or, what do you think of Bitcoin? And I say it's a Ponzi scheme. And what do you think of stocks? And I tell you to get out. I'm honest with you. And again, there's nothing for me. I don't make any money by telling you to buy a stock or to sell a stock. I'm telling you to get out because I can see what's happening. And we see this other guy who's sitting there telling you to the U.S. is dying. Maybe we'll get a little into that, maybe today or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll watch it. So I like to record the time, like 31 minutes, and then I show you 31 minutes, so we're not wasting time. Anyway, I don't know, all the rattling going on. So revenge game. This is why you don't want to fuck around, especially if you're a salesman. If, somebody's doing your business and you cheat them, this is what's going to happen to you. So you've got to be an honest business person. It makes no sense. They fucked over everybody. That makes no sense that he fucked over the wrong guy. And he just said, well, that's part of playing. You lost. That's gambling. No, he didn't gamble. He listened to you and you said 8 to 10% guaranteed. It's what you told him. So he's not gambling. He's saying, I don't want to gamble. I want to be in risk-free. You should have put him in gold, but you didn't put him in gold because you don't get commission on the gold. Right? So that's the problem with it. I don't know what's going on back there. Oh, okay. Can you go into my bedroom closet and go to the end on the left? There's like a thing that came out. If you could just slide it back in, I tried to. It's just like a holder for whatever's back there, but you'll see it.
Okay.
You go in. Okay, thank you. All right, so we see what happens when you piss off somebody, when you lie to them and you scam them and you steal it. I'm surprised this didn't happen to Madoff, but everybody believed Madoff. Again, the biggest problem is it's all con games. It's all in this one. The guy believes the guy's telling him the truth, listening to him, giving him 60 grand and saying, yeah, invest it for me. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, you mean there's a risk? Oh, you mean if people don't pay their mortgages, which we know they weren't going to be able to, it's gonna fall out. Oh, okay. So he didn't tell him the whole risk. No, he's a maintenance guy. He works for the apartment, and I apologize for the noise. He works for the apartment, and they're doing filters in the laundry room or something this week. So I don't care. I'm glad I'm home. I don't want anybody in when I'm not home. And so no, he's not my friend. You know I don't have friends. Just you and Bobby, Greg and John. That's it.
But you're all set. I got that put back for you too.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You have a good day.
Okay, you too. Is that going to stay on the dryer or?
Yeah, I'd keep it on just for about 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right. Now let's get back to the movie. And now he goes after